YouTube chat's slow. Feels like YouTube chat just isn't loading, actually. Weird. Hello, Brenna. How are you? What's the song? The start of this. I'm alright, I'm a little tired. How are you? Can you hear the music okay? You wait for your streams for you to watch and then sleep. Has it been working? pretty much. Nice. I guess I could just cast it directly to weapons, I think. RNG is between 1 and 100, right? No. How long have we been working on the game? Since 2020. That's crazy. Thanks. How much you done with it? I had no idea. Everything that you see has been done. I don't know if this loot code will work. Maybe it worked. No, I don't use the robot. Not for my personal projects. So, clearly, the weapon dropping thing looks pretty sick, right? Maybe needs a little fixing here or there, but I think it just needs to have no mask at all, if I hadn't already done that, which I might have done. There's a little Z fighting there. Not really a ton I can do about that right now. It seems the Z fighting really seems to affect things that are close to the edge. They should probably resolve a little faster. I've never actually had the enemies shooting multiple guns at once. Well, it's kind of cool. The sniper rifle is like bonkers. A little stabby guy. I've never given the enemies a melee weapon. It's kind of funny. You can release it on Steam at some point, probably. Look at the little stabby guy. Look at him go. It's kind of funny. It's also funny how bad the Uzi is. Like, it misses a lot. Yeah, the enemies have no concept of their weapons range right now. pretty funny. Look at him go. I think it's pretty cute. The rocket launcher guy's pretty scary. He blows himself up though. I've been talking about it for a while. I should probably make it so enemies don't have predicted fire. It's kind of broken. Like having the enemies always hit you is like insane behavior. Oh god. They do break down your cover. That's kind of working as intended. It's kind of frightening. Yeah, the predicted fire, it's like guaranteed to hit pretty much if you're moving in the same direction, but if you constantly switch, they'll actually miss most of the time. Little stabby guy. Alright. Let me fix that then. Also need to fix this alt fire stuff. Hey, Donut. Probably should have like a shoot type melee or something. I don't know. How you doing, Donut? It's Sonic's 35th. Happy birthday, Sonic. I haven't listened to this playlist in a while. Good old Toho full swing, dude. Alright, they should no longer have predicted firing. So if I move, they should be missing, which is perfect. I mean, they'll still hit you, which is kind of the point of the game, but they won't hit you if you're moving in a, like if you're dodging, like left and right. It's actually funny, they're more likely to hit you if you're going AD spam, because your average position will be not moving very fast. But if you're kiting like this, they'll miss, probably. I guess if you're moving towards them, they're more likely to hit you if it's like a sniper rifle, because it's such a fast weapon. Whereas if you move away from it, it's probably more likely for them to miss. Enemies have such insane range. The sniper rifle has to be rare, dude. It's so cool, but it's like stronger. Looking better though, isn't it? Nice. Alright, let's make it so you can press E or something to pick up a weapon off the floor. Probably should fix controller support too. I don't know if inventory makes sense here. I think this is fine. If I want enemies to be able to pick up weapons off the floor, this kind of makes sense. Yeah, Anathon. Yeah. You know what? I'll just finish it up today. How about that? Anathon, explained to me. I was doing some sailing earlier, and I was like, this shit's kind of tedious. Keep getting beaten up by hammerhead sharks, but I don't want to spend 9 months making a mithril bishop boat just to make an adamant one in a day. So I'm like, alright, I'm doing the fucking Tortugan's quest. I see like one of those places where you can Gordon Freeman one of the crates. I pick it up, I drink it, I get teleported to my fucking house in Hesidius, my boat gets destroyed, and I have to spend 50k repairing it. Talk to me why they added a teleport home bottle right outside the Great Conch. I just spent half my life boating there, just for them to send me back to hell. Why they do this? There's like 10 of those. Yeah. You suck ass. Oh, well. I thought I'd finally crack out sailing. It's just like shit fishing. The salvaging. Maybe it's really like great if you get it early on an iron, but like it's kind of annoying. It's really slow. Was it way faster on release with 2 crewmates? I remember people saying it was like 100k an hour. I'm getting like 15k an hour. I just unlocked like pirate boats, so maybe it goes up to like 25k an hour or something. I don't know. It's kind of like mid. And I'm dropping most of the loot, right? First 3 levels are mega slow, and then it's nice. Okay. Like at the end of levels, I know you can basically just leave it AFK for like half an hour, and that's nice. Then I can just do it while I'm doing other shit. I can just leave it running. I just keep getting these untradables I don't want to throw away, and then it takes about 20 minutes to sail to the nearest banking island. So I basically just have like, I've lost 1 bank space because I found a boat bottle or whatever. That being said, I should probably just chuck them now. I've got a couple. You got 90k an hour AFK salvaging the Fremi boats. Holy shit. That's like redwoods. Okay. Yeah, I just need to get through the shit levels then. I don't know, I find the building and upgrading weirdly tedious. I don't know why there isn't just a bank at the boat upgrade station and all the stuff you need. I got really lucky though. I spooned a sailor's amulet pretty early, so the first couple boat upgrades I was running back and forth on that first island to the bank crab, and it was horrible. At least when I got the amulet, I could just craft in cape and amulet and do it pretty quick, but still. It's kind of tedious. You think the skill's great? Oh, I've been enjoying the exploring part. Like going around the ocean and like having loads and loads of little points of interest and like seeing the world from a different perspective. The little thing where you get like a fucking spyglass and you get to look, I really like. The inspects are crazy. I think it's the best part of the skill, is right-click examine. Everything's got a really good examine text. I just find the actual bit where you're on a boat and you're waiting for your boat to get to the destination sucks. You know, the sailing part. I've not tried the race courses yet. The barracudas or whatever. Maybe those are interesting. And I've not tried the fishing. I heard the fishing's pretty good. I've basically just done salvaging. Which right now is like... I'm like hooking up like ruby rings. I'm like, wow. Got to occasionally dump those overboard and then go back to shutting my eyes. Oh well. It's nice when you get the sorting station at least. It's nice that that's early. Anyway. You never made the throw there, throw an actual exception? What throw? Where? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, it's a runtime exception, isn't it? Runtime error. How about that? Yeah. Hello, I think you. Alright. Anyway. I hope this makes sense. I'll have to check in a second. When does action responder happen? Otherwise I can just move this to later. Oh, it happens first. There won't be any collision data yet. Okay, I've got to mark that later. Maybe I can have a... Maybe I can just handle that in collision system. Yeah. Let's do that. Just pressed interact. Pretty sure I called it interact, didn't I? Yeah. Just didn't save. I mean, this is just a bull, right? So I can just do this. I hope this doesn't get annoying. Otherwise, I can just have it on hold and then unpress it. We'll have to do this later. How have you been? Sorry you couldn't enjoy the stream yesterday, you were asleep. Did you get good rest at least? I'm okay, thank you. A little tired. All not bullets, not explosions. Where was I doing the collisions? Is it just in here? Oh, I'm doing this in kind of a lazy way. Okay, never mind. How about this? I don't know why I decided to write them out like this. weird. Why don't you use using namespace at standard? Why would I use using namespace standard? That's usually a code smell, to my knowledge. I don't need all of the standard library. I think I might be incidentally doing that though, because there's some places where I'm just doing size T and not STD size T, but I'm trying to think about that. Your leg's healing fine now. The advice you gave on how to learn programming languages was nice. You're trying that and you're feeling closer to understanding stuff. Nice. I put a cool link in the software channel on Discord if you want to read it. It's like a computer science course, but on a free like website. It's like a big book you can read for free. Because then you won't have to type STD. As you are learning, I encourage you to Google the potential downsides of using namespace STD and what problems could maybe happen from just typing in that, thinking that it would just save you having to type STD : : Namespacing is a pretty big part of C++. You see these double colons in a lot of places. It's worth thinking about. And I definitely earlier in this project was not thinking so hard about it. Probably even typed it. Nah, chronoliterals, I don't have it in here. Chronoliterals is okay in this sense. Saving myself from typing in chronoliterals milliseconds, that's okay. Not that I think I'm actually really using the millis thing all that much, but you know, yes, I do. C++ is the design philosophy of the language and the library, the standard library, is they don't give you more than you need, if that makes sense. Things will be a minimal implementation, because it's usually the fastest, or the most efficient, or you know, decently so. Things won't do extra behavior, which is why, I think, is that why when you pop something off, when you use like a vector, pop doesn't actually return, it does void, because there's reasons that you might want to pop without actually returning, if that makes sense. Can you brief me in the STD stuff? Have a Google. The standard template library is it's shipped with C++, right? And it has all sorts of fun things in it, like vectors and size T's and stuff, but it's got a lot of common frameworks that you'll use, like vector. You know, you don't have to constantly make your own resizing heap allocated collection. That's fine. It also has a lot of rubbish. I don't want to say rubbish, but like, it's designed to be backwards compatible, so it can be a little funny to use sometimes, and there's caveats to parts of it, thanks to backwards compatibility. It's worth having a look. Go on cppreference.com and have a read about it. I'm sure there's information on there. The global C declarations of size T and stuff are only supposed to be in STD def header, but the C++ version gets them inadvertently. I think that's what it is, yeah. Hello, sir. It's specifically size T. I keep forgetting it's in the standard template library just because it never wants me to prefix it, you know? Bloody C. Anyway, let me think. So we're looking at every ground weapon right now in the registry. If it's invalid, then whatever. We can work out the hitbox of the pickup, and then I can test the quad tree and have a look through it. So something like this. So for every entity in our quad tree, make sure you're valid and we're not the same thing. And then also I only want to be colliding with elements that have an inventory. So we can even start with that. So make sure you've got an inventory that we're dealing with. And that's fine. You can always add explicit aliases for size T and stuff in common, so you keep using it. Oh yeah. Using a space donut. You're gonna go to sleep because it's beyond midnight. Good night, dude. Thank you. Take it easy, dude. Hello, Doc. Let's see. We're gonna do something really easy. If inventory, I guess you're const, aren't you? I need to build, don't I? Alright, give it a second. I just hope that the just pressed thing always works. Oh, I put this in private, I'm an idiot. Whatever. If it's just pressed interact, then we're gonna work out... Oh, fine. We're gonna work out their collision. And their transform and their hitbox. I should definitely refactor this stuff to be a little neater. Maybe I'll do that off stream one of these days. Because it'll take quite a while. There's just a lot of duplicated code in this file, which is fine, to be honest. But certainly I could have a function that's just called get your hitbox, you know, that does this sort of thing for you. And then here we go. Or we could even just say if intersects and then we type in the two entities, you know? If the entities are invalid or they don't have transforms, then they don't intersect. But this is okay. If they intersect, then we're gonna disable that just pressed interact just in case. We're going to have to get the current selected weapon as a reference. How do I want to do this? I feel like I have to actually create a copy. Weapon, swap, space, I don't know. Weapon to be swapped. And let's actually do it the other way around. So let's say that the weapon on the floor, in this case that's going to be the ground weapon dot weapon. So we're creating a copy here. I think this should be creating a copy. I hope so. We want to create a copy of the thing on the floor. We want to say, then we want to say ground weapon dot weapon is, I don't know if std move makes the most sense here, but can I use std move? Well, actually, I need to check if the weapon. Hang on a moment. I need to make sure you actually have a weapon, a current weapon. Copy of ground weapon. Let's do it like this. So if empty dot get selected weapon is optional. That's just null pointer. So if you have nothing selected, then... how do I want to do this? Maybe I can let the inventory handle this. Maybe this is even easier. That should work. Maybe. It's popular to shorten aliases of stuff to blah blah blah. Yeah, I use the standard names. I've not seen the shortening at work at least. Although I've seen it out and about in the wild. There we go. We need to have something called swap weapon that returns an optional weapon. It's going to take in a copy here. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this in like a really basic way, and then we can refine it, right? Hello, just 10. I guess that works. Yeah, STD null opt. Yeah, I know it's not null pointer. And then maybe I want to do const reference. Yeah, I'm just doing this. I guess STD move doesn't make sense here. I could make it a const reference. Is that okay? No, this doesn't make sense. You should be const. And then you would have to actually be a copy, and then I would actually have to do STD move, wouldn't I? I don't know why it's trying to gaslight me. Is that... Can you STD move on a const reference in this case? I guess the reference is const. Makes sense if weapon had movable stuff in it. It does. Weapon is a struct with lots of information on it. Oh, weird. You're weird. Const doesn't make sense. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. VS Code. Because weapon is const. Oh, in the loop. Yeah, that makes sense. Yo, it's this song. Yeah, and now you're going to be angry at me because obviously static move of a const. This is why I was getting confused by the fucking linter telling me to make this const ref. You should leave it as by value. Yeah, so my original code was correct, and I let myself get gaslit by a fucking IntelliSense. Bloody IntelliSense. Alright, anyway, so at this point we know that there's it's not complaining now, where is it? Let's just leave it. We've gone through the inventory, there's no open slots, so we just need to look at our get selected weapon, which is, I guess, weapon to drop is get selected. And then you, I think, are just a ref to assist to the opt, so we can maybe just deref you. And then we will say, I have like selected weapon index or something, right? Weapons at selected weapon is std move new weapon. Oh, okay. And then return weapon to drop. This looks fine to me. Right? So the swap weapon function takes in a copy of the weapon that we want to pick up. We check to see if we have any empty inventory slots, and if we do, then we pop the weapon in the first available one. Does it return a pointer? Get selected weapon is an STD optional over weapon, and we've just looped over everything, so get selected weapon should have a value. Because get selected weapon is weapons at selected weapon. I mean, I could, if you know, if you'll assert. Whoops. You know, something like that, but you should STD move out of it. Yeah, that's sensible. Because we're... Wait, does it? Yeah, hang on, let me think. Deref. Yes, in this sense, we are, we're not using that anymore in there. We're immediately replacing it with this new thing. And then we're returning that. And then over here, you want to be a... Yeah, pointer. Okay, fine. We've already asserted inventory is not null. Standard exchange. Oh, I've not used that. STD exchange. It just swaps two values. How does that work? Return STD range, weapon selected weapon, STD move new weapon. PPP ref, STD exchange. Do I have that in this version of C++? Conditionally no except since 23. Const express since 20. It's since 2014. It can be used when implementing move constructors for the members that don't require special cleanup. Move assignment operators. Okay. STG exchange v1234 is their example. Object. So the syntax is object and then the new value. And then it returns the old value of object. It's like a pop. Like what Java calls pop, not what C++ calls pop. That's interesting. Okay. That's an interesting idea. Hang on. So you want to return the object whose values to replace, which is, yeah. Get selected weapon. It's a ref. If it'll let me. I hope it works with that. That would be really cool. The new value will be new weapon. STD move. And is that it? It works if you dereference it, because at this point this is replacing what? Does that not implicitly dereference it? Oh, that's worrying. So you can exchange the STD optional itself with the weapon? That's weird. Alright, I mean this is neat. Anyway, this way... Probably doesn't need to be const, does it? I think you can't do what I'm about to do. STD optional weapon. Do these functionally do the same thing? I think they do. Something like that. And then I can even move it around like this. And then you can't be const because I'm STD moving you, right? Oh, dereference it. What are you doing? It technically works anyway. You can see it if you write down the code it's equivalent to. If you don't dereference it, you could drop the assert. Oh, because it would, but then it would give me a like kind of hard to read error, no? Question mark? The STD no accept is only a new thing. You just get an empty optional. I'd rather it assert, because in this case that means that logic's gone wrong, so I want that to be an assert then. If that makes sense. I mean, I could still, I guess I could keep the assert and allow it to drop an empty optional. Because in, like, you know, in release, it would be better that you just got no weapon than the game crashing, but that is a thought. Let's see if any of this works anyway. And because I've now made it so just pressed interact equals false gets turned off, then probably could even just return from this entire loop. I probably don't need to loop over every entity in the list after this. Anyway, it should only let you pick up one weapon at a time. That's clearly not working. Okay, actually it is doing something. Oh, it's just not switching the sprite, maybe? Is that correct? I don't know if that's correct. Hang on a moment, I need to see this. Oh wait, I did get it wrong. Is it just swapping only the first... Okay, it's... Obviously it's not updating the sprite of the thing on the ground. This is weird. Why does this not work? Okay, pressing E is only working sometimes, so that's part of the problem. That's weird. For all weapons and weapons, if they don't have value... Okay, that's correct, actually. This STD exchange doesn't seem to be doing quite what I want, somehow. Because after this... Weapons first one... could be a shotgun. I wish I could read that in here. Revolver. So it's not quite done what I want. Why is this not working? Also, why is the E thing not working? That's especially annoying. Why is it only sometimes setting should press interact? Does the index work correct? I'm also just want to check if I'm upsetting the... Oh, hang on a moment. This is being done in update, right? But I think is the collision stuff happening in update? Or tick? This is happening in tick. So that's a problem I need to quickly fix. This piece of logic, just pressed interact. This shouldn't be unset the next update. That's silly. So we can do it like this. If they just pressed interact, then set it to true. Never uncheck it. But then it does mean that you would auto pick up the next item. I guess I could say like, what was it? What's the opposite of just pressed? Just released? There you go. I hope this doesn't cause problems where you start the level off by having your E held down or something. Okay, no, actually I think it's working now. Sometimes. It's not updating the sprite of the thing on the floor, so I should fix that quickly. But I think it is swapping properly now. I think that might have actually just been the only bug. It's not the same. Is it? I think I originally didn't want you to have to hold it down, but now, yeah, this is functionally the same. I didn't like the idea of holding down E and then walking over a weapon and picking it up. Does that make sense? I guess this behavior is here now. And set it every tick. Tick makes sense. Update always runs before tick, right? Yeah. I want to make sure it happens right at the end. It could just be a special case. I could even just unset it directly. Yeah, that works as well. I could even make it delayed action. That might work. It's a little heavy to chuck everything in a lambda like that though. We don't need to do that in this case. I'd rather delayed action be for like one-off events rather than something constant. What's a nice way to do this? I mean... could also just do it in here. At the end of tick. Yeah, that... interesting donut. I'm not writing that, but that is neat. That is neat. I'm gonna just do this for now. Oh, I should update the sprite. Honestly? Where am I normally doing this? Okay, Buxium. How are you? This is messy. I could have this as replace or in place. And then just have that accessible. Something like this. See, I've done it. Something like that. What are you expecting? Entity and an animation. Oh. Oh. You pretend to release this game on Steam. What do you mean pretend? Does it have to be no discard? Oh, your English is bad. Oh, sorry. At some point I might, yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, we'll probably add it on Steam at some point. No time soon, though. Do I want to? Yeah. I'd like people to play it. I think it'll be fun. I guess maybe you meant intent? Do you intend to release this on Steam? Hmm. It doesn't like this. Do you want triple curlies? That'd be silly. Oh, it's a UNAT. Hang on. I should help. What's the stages in the game right now? I'm still making the engine. You can't play it right now, no. I don't know if early's the right word, because it's been a long debug error. I've been working on it for a while, but there's certainly nothing to play, no. Let's see, I'm just guessing I never put Entity Factory in the registry, which is kind of annoying. Maybe I have access to it in here, though. I do. Even easier. That solves that problem very easily. Yeah. I mean, we're cracking on at it at a pretty good space. Like, things are going fast, right? Just go back on, like, the YouTube and just look at... Hey, look at this! You can pick up weapons off the floor now. Oh, cool. I should give them like a random... I should give them a bigger hitbox and also give them a random percent rotation. Isn't that cool? This is the joy of making your own little game engine. You can do all sorts of random shit and get excited about it. It's cool, isn't it? We've been working on like reloading and stuff recently. And the enemies can also do it. You'll see them shooting and they'll stop to reload, and the exact same system the player uses. It's very nice. Maybe this is a few too many enemies. Will you give it to play for free? Probably will charge for it. I don't know. I haven't thought that much about it yet. The goal right now is not to sell this to be a billionaire, but I have probably spent like a few thousand hours working on it. If that makes sense. Thanks, buddy. That guy blew himself up. He blew his friends up as well. The guy with the rocket launcher. Oh, that's close. Yeah, it's nice. I can go pick up his sniper rifle and shoot his friend with it. Pick up the SMG. We literally just added this now. The only way to switch weapons before used to be via the dev menu. Oh, he destroyed my cover. That's really funny. Dude, the sniper rifle's scary. It's quite scary. The little guy with a knife has no idea what he's doing. You're frightening. Good thing I've got God mode on. Look at the skid on that thing. Alright, that was nice. What would be the price? No idea. Absolutely no idea. If I wait long enough, indie games will cost 100 euros and... I don't know. It won't cost that much, I think. I think I'd rather people played it than not be able to afford it, you know. You'll buy it whatever the price. Oh, awesome. It will be free for everyone else, but I'll charge you 10 grand. You can bankroll the development. Very kind. I don't know, I'm not. This isn't a money-focused project, clearly. There's ways I could do this that would be a lot faster if I wanted to make money from it. And doing stuff because I think it's cool is also historically not been the most financially optimal way to go. I like silly things, which may not always be so popular. I don't know. You know what it is? The weapon on the floor doesn't retain the rotation of the other one. I could give it a random rotation. I could also make it retain it. Retaining it would be pretty simple, but why not randomize it? Do I have reference to RNG here? I guess not. Oh. Does get random radian just give me 1 radian? No. This is a random radian of 360. That's probably fine. Good night, dude. Thanks, buddy. Good luck. Thank you. See ya. Bye-bye. Good night. Yeah, look. Now it randomly gets a different rotation when it drops on the floor. Which I don't know if that's stupid. Like, I could just make it retain the same rotation as before. But also randomize the position a little bit. Or give it like a little push or something. I don't know. Get random angle and radians. Yeah, I think that's better. That works. Could also give it like a little random position. Or like a little bump. Like the player just picked it up. Or put it back down, I guess. How would I do that? Quite easily, actually. When you spawn a ground weapon, you normally come up with this direction. I'm pretty sure I do something somewhere else. I think it's in weapon system when I'm spawning a casing. Spawn particles. Direction, start velocity. Here we go. So, let me think. Const auto direction equals transform minus. Do I have a yaw transform? Yeah. Or is it the other way around? I honestly can't remember. Anyway, somewhere I think in Entity Factory when we are spawn a ground item, weapon, whatever. We have a direction, we have a velocity. This stuff should be extracted. I just need to give it a little bump. Would a short pop-up or arc be possible upon dropping the weapon? What do you mean by an... Oh, you mean like a little bounce? Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm worried about spending too long on polish. So I think just giving it a little bump for now, just to make it slide a little bit when you pick it up. Like, it's like you've just dropped it and thrown it. Should do for now. But I do like the idea of making a bounce. But I think at some point I need to come up with a nice way to do the bounce that is reusable. So I can, well, use it. At which point, yeah, I'd definitely apply it to the weapon. I also probably want to have like a cooldown, so you can't just spam pick up and put it down. That being said, when the weapon's on the floor, it retains all of its data about like when it last shot, when it's reloading, how many things are in the clip, etc, etc. So you can't do the nuclear throne thing where you stand on top of a weapon spawn and spam E and left click as fast as you can. Because in that game, if you put a weapon down, it would forget like its cooldown. The weapon in this game has like data on it, so that's not a worry so much. Although obviously you could pick up a new weapon and immediately shoot it. I'm wary about adding too many cooldowns because it's also fun to run around and just pick up weapons off the floor and shoot them immediately, so maybe I'll just leave that in. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm gonna get physics off your entity. No, not your entity, my entity. And I'm just going to say physics dot linear velocity equals velocity, yeah? And velocity in this case is a vec3. You're a vec3, you're a const. And I want to make sure you actually exist. Here we go. So I think, maybe this is a bit fast, but something like that. When you drop it, it should... I might have to flip this direction back to front. It should push away from you when you put it down. I could even calculate the angle from that as well. That's not hard to do at all. I mean, it's literally just this. Otherwise the angle can just default to 0 if it suddenly doesn't have a physics. Which would be weird, to be honest. You see, it's like mass is higher. I should give them friction that scales with their mass. That should help with that. Its mass is higher, so when it gets given an initial pulse, it actually goes further, because that's how that works. Because I haven't provided it appropriate friction for what I want. But like if you push a really, really massive thing with the same amount of force as a little thing that scales with it, the big thing goes further. If that makes sense. Look at that, that works. You can kind of like pick up a weapon and push it around. I need to give it a bigger hitbox though. This is too small. I can make it pretty lenient. Now, do you have friction? You do have friction. Currently you're being given pickup friction. I think instead of that, you should just be mass. It's a poorly named thing. B minus A makes a vector going from B to A backwards. A minus B makes a vector going from B to A backwards. Oh, hang on, did I do this right or wrong? I need to double check. No, this is correct. I did get it right. Remember the direction you think of A being the main and B being the initial start offset that you subtract from A to make it relative to B. A is the target and B is the initial start offset that you subtract from A to make it relative to B. So I'm correct in thinking that usually when I'm drawing a line from A to B, I want to reverse, so say that transform B minus A. Yeah, look at this. You can just sort of like shove a weapon through the world. Isn't that cool? And if you really spam E, you can kind of give it a little bit of speed. Alright, yeah. And also now the friction is appropriately with its mass. Which makes sense to me. I need to find an enemy with a rocket launcher. You. Yeah, look at that. Like it has a big burst of speed at first, but it slows down pretty quick. This one's a bit more linear because it weighs less. Whoa. Okay, that... I guess the collision hole is too big. Maybe we make it 0.8 or something. I need to... I have no logic right now to make sure that something spawns away from collision. I just haven't bothered writing that yet. I think it's funny to see the enemy flying through the wall. Even if it's not sensible, maybe. I think it's funny. If I generate a level now, you can kind of see maybe how it might feel a bit more. So you get this guy, you pick up his SMG, kill this guy, he's already got an SMG, I don't care. God, the SMG sucks. I can't wait to get a better weapon. Need to reload this, I can switch to the one off the floor. Both of them need reloading, don't. Rocket launcher, great. New rocket launcher. Hit myself with it, great. Oh, a sniper rifle. What, shotgun? Oh, the shotgun went fucking flying, dude. Now, I don't know if the collisions are done by distance necessarily, so I could probably calculate that. It's just currently working on, The SMG does 1 damage, but the enemy has 35 health, and they have iframes. So I think like every other SMG bullet doesn't even do damage. I'm just not focusing on balance right now, so... I could very easily buff it so the SMG does like 10 damage a shot or whatever. Likewise, I think the iframes make it so the shotgun isn't quite as good as it should be. So I'm also thinking I could just get rid of enemy iframes as well. You know? Right, it feels weird that you shoot an enemy full of shotgun pellets and they don't immediately like get obliterated. Hey, bro. I've only been streaming for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Enemy iframes sound unsatisfying. It made more sense when penetrative shots didn't work. But now this works. I mean, it's easy to fix, easy to change, right? We just go to enemy JSON. In here, when they get respawn iframes, I can just give them like 0. I think that works. If it's a divide by 0, we'll find out sooner than later. Alright, that seemed to work. Sniper rifle, very good. I wonder if the knife is like OP now, they don't have iframes. Does it just one-tap them? It does do like insane damage. Maybe that's okay. Maybe they could have iframes against like the same bullet, you know? So one knife doesn't hit something 58 times. Also, maybe it's fine. You know what? The iframes might still be stopping the shotgun from doing its best. Or is the shotgun just weak? The shotgun does... It does 5 damage. It should be killing them pretty quick. Could also increase the magazine size. Make it do 10 damage. Did I hit reload? Oh, I didn't. I think right now it has the thing where like all the bullets spawn on the same frame on an enemy and get destroyed. Maybe? I don't know if that's happening. It's not 2 for me. No, it's like 11. Yeah, that's not right. The bullets should pass through when they have iframes. Well, the iframes are 0 seconds right now. Unless I forgot to hit save. Actually, that's a respawn iframes MS. Is that what I'm using when you get hit? Actually, maybe that's not what I'm looking at then. Hang on. Is there another iframes thing that I forgot about? Hang on a moment. Collision system, iframes. Health. So this is when we're looking over all bullets. And we're doing intersections and we're doing deal damage. Default invuln time. What are you being set to? I'm guessing whenever the enemy spawns. I thought it was being given its respawn time. That's when we spawn. Oh, the music ended. Sorry, hi Mabdo. I don't know if I said hi. Hang on a moment. Yeah, the enemies are getting... Invuln time of respawn time S. Just hard-code it to 0. Oh no, it already is 0. Hang on. They shouldn't have iframes at all. Or do they? They should be 0. Hang on, let me check. Their invuln time is 0. They should be allowed to get hit multiple times. Why is the shotgun not annihilating them then? They should be spawning 60 damage worth of bullets. Oh, it is. Did I just not reload properly or what? Maybe I just didn't reload properly? I do feel like he shouldn't be absorbing all 6 shots if he has 35 health. Or does he have more than I remember? I'll make the game smaller. Happy 2 AM, by the way. They have 15 health. They should be dying to 2 bullets. So why are they absorbing so many? What's the game about? Shooting stuff. Okay, this is actually a problem then. The enemies should only be absorbing 2 of the shots from the shotgun, but they're clearly absorbing all of them. That should be easy enough to check, right? That's a skill issue, damn. So we're looking at all bullets here. I just need to make sure if... Has dealt damage shouldn't just be... It should be based on that. Alright. That probably helps. And then this is for... something else. This is for making it so... This is weird. What's this for? I need to double check this. This is for explosions. That's fine. And also this is so... If an enemy hits another enemy with an explosion, they get ticked off at their friends, but the explosion will usually one-shot them, so... Not such a big deal. Alright, it has dealt damage. I'm not using that to know when I'm destroying a bullet, am I? I'm just assuming if there's an intersection in here that it... Oh, okay. You know what the problem is here? It doesn't actually care if the enemy's already died. So if there's multiple collisions on the same tick, the enemy won't die until the end. Like the next update. That's easy enough to check, right? The inflamed stuff's a little funny. They can be inflamed even if they have invuln time. Interesting. I should fix that. So if the bullet has dealt damage, then do a bunch of particle stuff. If it's a rocket, spawn an explosion, make a camera shake, move on with your life. That might work. Is enemies to destroy an ordered set? I don't think so. I think it's just a array vector. Oh, it isn't an ordered set. This is old. Yeah, it could be a vector. No, this is old. This predates when we had the entities to destroy thing. Yeah, this could absolutely be an array. I might even just be able to do that. Oh, vector, I guess, because you're resizing. You don't call destroy twice. Yeah, but my destroy code can handle that now. So it should be okay. Oh, hang on. I do have a contains check. But it's small enough, isn't it? We can hang on, push back. You know what? If you don't do damage, maybe I just break out from there. Anyway, this contains thing. This is basically the only place it matters. And this is just to say that the pickup is valid. So I could even replace this with has been picked up. You know, it could be a ball on the consumable that says consumed. Same difference, though. One ball versus an entire search through a small array, admittedly. I don't know. Memory is cheap enough. 1 byte. That might get sized. I don't know. That might be overthinking indeed. I mean, I could always just do... What was it? STD ranges find entity in... The standard range is views? There's a new syntax, right? Something like that. Elfbind. Linear search will be even faster in the set. I think so. It'll be pretty small. Sorry, is it not? There's some weird syntax for this that I can't remember right now. Standard range is find. Oh, you do it like this, don't you? This isn't ranges find though. I mean, we can do it like this. And this is when you have to do the dot start dot end. I thought this one is when you do it like this. Or whatever. I don't remember the syntax, I'll be honest. Contains. Yeah. Is that views? Ranges find entity equals... Oh, that was it. Yeah, you have to check if it's like the end iterator. No views. What was it? Let's see. I guess this works. Weird syntax though, no? Contains is plus 23. I don't think I'm using 23 in this project. I think I just saw 20. Yeah, we're using... I mean, I don't know what's blocking me right now, but I'm not going to start fucking around with it. Also, hello, Intrets. Probably should have a pickup animation. What was I checking? Oh, the shotgun. Thanks. That still didn't work. Did you manage to make Clang D behave? Good question. I think I don't remember. I've hidden that from my memory. I've added reloading and stuff. I don't know if you saw this. Is the rocket... Oh, the rocket's just not colliding anymore. Alright, I clearly broke something then. I guess I didn't want the rocket to do damage, but honestly I think that's silly. I think the rocket should do damage. Just like one. It does do one. Yeah, this is a silly check. I think the rocket should do damage. I had a perfect reload. I mean... I don't want the game to have 1,000,001 interactions. I could make it so like there's one particular weapon that has like a timed reload, but I wouldn't want to add it to everything because I think it starts to become a little tedious maybe. I don't know. I'm hesitant, like I'm really aware right now that the game is heavy under the feature creep umbrella, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to bring myself back down to reality just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Does this make any... I hate the logic I'm writing, but this is technically true. If the weapon penetrates and has remaining shots, or it just doesn't, and it's done damage, then destroy it. Otherwise... This looks fucking weird to me, but maybe I'm way too tired. Because it could be the case that it passes this first check... Yeah. but no. I guess I could put that in here. But then I don't want penetrative bullets to get destroyed. You see, like, this weird fucking logic? I could hide it. Phew. But you get what how this logic works, right? It just looks bullshit, but it's correct. So, like, up here, we try and do damage. If we've done damage, cool. If the weapon can penetrate and it has remaining shots, do some crap. If either it can't penetrate or it can, but it's run out of shots, then destroy it. And then, irrespective of its ability to penetrate, if it's done damage, then do all this. But this just looks weird. I just, but like I think it's correct, but like it's like 11 o'clock on a fucking work day on a Tuesday, so my brain might just be cooked. I hope you understand what I mean, at least. Anyway, let's see. Bullet, kill stuff, great. Shotgun. Alright, I think this is working now. Is it? I should expect 4 bullets to come out of there, and I bloody don't. Man, they immediately spawn with their fucking sights on you. Why does this feel smaller than usual? Maybe it's correct. The hitbox doesn't truly match, does it? And the hitbox view is nice, though. What was I testing? I forgot. The penetrates thing. I think it makes whatever is happening right now seems to be working. But the shotgun still isn't working. Like, if it happens from a distance, I think it does work the way it's meant to. Is that true? Like, that one killed like 4 enemies in one shot, which seems correct to me. But if I stand right inside of him, it seems to all get absorbed. It just can't be right. Something still must be wrong. Oh, has stealth, damn it. They should probably return false if the enemy has no health. Hang on a moment. Maybe that's it. I think technically I was allowing you to deal like damage to enemies to the point they were going to like minus 50 health. I think. Thinking back to it, when the player would get overkilled, their health would go to like minus 100 and the health bar like went left across the screen. It was really funny. Because the health bar is literally like what the current player's health is. So if it's minus 50, the bar goes left. Why is the revolver one-tapping you? That's not right. Maybe the bullet's not getting destroyed and it's hitting like 1,000,000 times a second. Seems a bit strong. Hang on a moment. Weapon. The revolver does 8 damage. The enemy has 15 health. Did I make it min? It should be max. Whoops. Small error making everything one-tap everything. It's like a minor off by 1 error. Min, max. I guess it shouldn't be minus equal, it should be minus. Hang on, this is some shitty Japanese. Ugh. In Kusa code. I miss Coco, dude. Man, look at it go. It's building like crazy. And I don't really trust that it's actually building the most recent, because I was being impatient. I'm just going to hit F5 again just to make sure it is latest. Alright, cool. Alright, good. It's not one-tapping stuff anymore. Thanks for the shotgun. Yay! I fixed it. Alright, that's cool. That bug must have been in the game for literally ever. Isn't it funny that I'm only taking like 1 damage a tick because my iframes are getting set off by a SMG? I'm pretty sure there's like that's like a way to kill Terraria bosses. Is to constantly get hit by like a spike that does 1 damage. Oh, and a abort. This is interesting. Probably because I'm making bullets do damage now. Now, if it's a rocket, creator entity... Oh, the creator entity is not valid. Well, it doesn't have to abort, I'm going to be honest. I think it's okay if an enemy dies, they're destroyed, but the rocket is still mid-flight. I think it's okay for the rocket to still hit stuff. That makes sense. I think that's what was happening. Like, the rocket remembers who fired it when it collided. I guess it just wasn't... You know what? It could still spawn an explosion. I could... Hang on, I need to fix something. I think even I could set creator entity to just the invalid one. Or I could just make it null. I mean, yeah, you can just have an invalid one, or, you know, I can just say... Well, I think this is okay to be invalid. Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe I'll make this optional. It's probably the neatest solution. Entity null, so it's already optional semantically. I just don't know how I'm dealing with that entity null thing later. I guess I could do this. Oh, validity checked. Safe? I don't know. You're a pointer, are you? How about now? My opinions on Python. Hello, Electro. I think Python's cool. Is it null? It should be that, right? Maybe this doesn't allow you to pass in a const thing. Hello, Ioni. I should be able to pass in just the pointer, right? Or is it not valid? Oh no, are you sending me up a wrong tree? You are. Is there not like a constant for a null entity? Yeah, okay, fine. This is it, I guess. You've been trying to solve the problem too. Rapid fire weapons used by enemies are less effective if the player gets the same iframes for each damage. Doesn't always matter, it's a bit weird. My thoughts on that are like... The like, bullet damage can be based on iframes, but like, if you have on-hit effects, those could always apply, like slow, poison, fire, etc. Those could circumvent the iframes. Or have a different iframe system. Also, I mean, isn't that the point of iframes? To let you... Like, to the player, it feels like you're in, like, this bullet hell of a million bullets, but in reality, you're only ever going to take a maximum amount of damage per second. It's kind of one of those lies you tell the player to make them feel stronger than they are. Maybe it's okay. Sorry, am I losing my mind? Creator entity dot entity. I am. I'm so sorry. It's too late for this. Creator entity is a box. My bad. This is an entity, yeah. And then I think I just changed spawn explosion. I can put that back. Try entity null by itself. Focus on. I can try it. You think it'll be able to auto that into an entity? Because I've definitely done this before. I think whenever I reset the flag on something that's referencing an entity, I use entity null. Oh yeah, look, it's working. So to test that, I will just spawn a million enemies and have them shoot me. And eventually one of them will kill themselves with a rocket launcher. Seems to be working okay. Yeah, I need to halve the freeze frames. I think they're getting a little obnoxious. I keep lowering it, and I keep lowering it again and again and again. Let's make the max 0.5. And let's make it even less freeze frames per damage. Although if it's too low, people might think that it's lag. So there is a cutoff. I think if there's only 0.1 seconds of freeze frames, it just doesn't bother. I think. Don't take my word on that. Actually, I'm just doing countdown. I don't implicitly have that freeze frame thing like that. I see, if he shoots me, it shouldn't be quite so obnoxious. Yeah, it's half a second. That's a bit more reasonable. It's still like a, oh shit, you've just been hit. But it's like a bit less annoying. Remember that the shotgun right now does like 15 damage a shot or something. I need to fix the rockets. Hang on a moment. I think if you have iframes and a rocket goes through you, it should still spawn an explosion. Isn't this kind of sick? It could be fine. The result is that rapid weapons feel weaker in the hands of enemies, whereas a sniper rifle feels equally strong. Yeah, I've had that feeling. Yeah, actually the end of play is just different. Yeah. I mean, it's all just balancing stuff. Hello, Art. You can always make it so enemies have, like, different spread, or they're more likely to tap fire and be more ammo efficient. Stuff that, like, a player wouldn't bother. Like, the player will probably hold down on the SMG, but, like, an enemy could, like, be more likely to sort of burst fire to kind of circumvent the iframes. Which toy? Iframes break the game. Iframes are on the player right now. They're kind of necessary in a bullet hell. How many years have I been doing C++? Like 10? Ish? Hello, Push. Nice, is that Deadman All-Stars? Or is it just general OSRS? I didn't watch the most recent Deadman. I know it was like IRL. Haven't gotten around to it yet. I heard it was pretty good. Dude, the end of this album is so good. I love Demonstrate. It's also a little old now. It's like 4 years ago. Maybe they'll make a new one. I remember when this came out. Anywho, let me think. Now fixing bugs. We fixed... Oh, I probably should put the shotgun back to where it was. Shotgun, each pellet should probably not be doing... Let's say the shotgun shoots 3 per shot. It has 6 in its magazine. Or it shoots... Yeah, I think that's okay. Goes back to doing 5 damage, whatever. SMG I'm going to buff just a little bit for a second. Alright, what am I doing? Let me check my Trello. I could make an animation when you pick up a weapon. And also make it so you can't fire it for like a second, or like make it so it's forced to reload or something. Maybe. I kind of like the fact that you can just pick up a gun off the floor and immediately shoot it, though. You know? It feels like fast-paced. But maybe Maybe forcing it to reload makes sense. If an enemy uses a shotgun, does the player only... Oh. If the enemy uses a shotgun, does the player only absorb one pellet? Good question. It shouldn't. You should absorb the pellet that does damage. Anything that doesn't do damage should go through you. Let's find out. I don't know what I just changed, but... I'm going to rebuild. I should stop doing stuff in the headering components. It's heavy. I have not injected a DLL into a game, no. Shoot me. I gave you your... He just doesn't want to shoot. Oh, here we go. He's just feeling shy. Yeah. Thank you, Art. It runs at 1 trillion FPS. Slightly facetious, but it runs pretty well. Thank you. I'm really happy with this reload animation. Look at this with the revolver. It like cocks back and then expels all 6 shells behind you. It's nice and violent. The shotgun should also be expelling 1 shell for every bullet that it's firing, but it's clearly not doing that. I think it's only expelling the first casing. Right? Yeah. I don't think I want that. What does the donut library do? Ask the guy yourself. I'm using it as a interface over, or like a wrapper around SDL2 and OpenGL. I think. Am I using it for anything else, Donut? I don't remember. You have like a handful of like helpers and like the maths stuff. Like there's a lot of intersects functions and stuff. Events, windowing, graphics, and sound. Yes, events are a big one actually. I'm using... He's got an input manager that's really nice. Which I thought was... is it not SDL2s or is it your own special magic on it? Look at that, now it's expelling 3 shells. My question though is like... How the fuck do shotguns work? If I click the thing, would you expect 3 pellets to immediately appear on the floor? Or would you expect it when you're reloading? Oh yeah, the loop is like a big thing actually. The like update tick draw stuff is interface from his framework. It's very nice. And his version 3 will have some 3D stuff. It's available online, it's on GitHub. If you can think of a new name, he'll release version 3 for you. Depends if the shotgun is pump or auto. I think this is a made-up fake pump shotgun. I'm using Windows. Like, does this feel correct to you as like a player? I'm modding a shotgun, you see it like crack the handle. The timing's a tiny bit off, but don't look at it. It would be 1 shell per shot. But you'd have 1... Because that is what it was, but it feels nice to just throw a bunch of shells on the floor. If it were like a magic shotgun, it would be cooler for it to expel 3 shells, right? Maybe you're shooting it so aggressively that 1 slug, or that 1 shell turns into 3. Like it splits apart from the force. Maybe the shells are made out of paper or something. Does that make sense? Events, windowing, graphics, and sound. I am at that distracted part of my day now. I'm just running around shooting the guns. But they feel good. Also, don't think about the fact that the rocket launcher has, like, shells. You get hit by the enemies, is the shake okay? Should not be... When you got hit, the screen shake, is that okay? Oh, yeah. The God mode is just for debugging. In the game, you would normally take damage. So if this guy wants to shoot me... If you want to be very kind... God, they're actually really pacifist. I mean, the screen shake is also from the bullet hitting the wall. Like, this is causing screen shake. Because it's a big gun hitting the wall. It's kind of scary having the guy with a knife run at you. Have a look in the description, LGNACY. The game actually did used to be SFML quite a few years ago. I have a feeling the dagger might be doing, like, an insane amount of damage, by the way. The zero reload thing's kind of annoying me. Yeah, the screen shake is not just from you getting hit, it's from, like, the walls and stuff getting hit. Like, this is a big rocket launcher. Even if this misses you, it should still, like, make a big screen shake, right? No, it was meant to use 3 shells at once. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting. You know? My song ended. It would imply it has 3 barrels. I knew someone... Is this why I only shot one thing before? It is a triple barrel shotgun. Is that okay? You can't see it from the side. Sorry, you can't see it from the front. You can only see it from the side. There's 3 barrels. It's a magic triple barrel shotgun. Because it looks cool. The drop frame. They're like freeze frame is freeze frame. It's a different thing. But that's based on damage. Don't get too hung up on the details though. Attack cooldown isn't correct. Sometimes the game freezes. Yes, that's intentional. Yes, that's correct, Donut. Whatever. I can also make the shotgun super strong. I can make it so the shotgun has a magazine of 24 and it shoots shit 6, you know? That could be interesting. So it shoots 4 times before reloading. A bit strong, don't you think? Maybe it's okay. Did it just fail to shoot? What was that? It's a magic shotgun. It's not one slug that's breaking into 6 shots, because I haven't programmed that. It's 6 slugs. Because that is what I programmed. The concept of a weapon like breaking up after being shot is not currently a thing. Which I could do. I know that's how shotguns actually work. They like scatter. They cause like little tiny pellets to shoot everywhere, I think. I don't know if that's how actual shotguns work. I know a shotgun cartridge is really big. And in video games, they go like... one shell with a number of pellets. Yeah, I've not done that, so I'm not doing that right now. Maybe another time. If it's just for the shotgun, then I don't care, because it can have its... It can just be like this. I could also make it so bullets per shot. That is what the pellets thing is, basically. It's only really used for the shotgun and the flamethrower, by the way. I could just make it so this doesn't reduce the number of things in your... oh, tired. It doesn't use ammo, which I could do. Like if I go back to making this do 3 damage. But I mean, I'll be honest, I feel like you're kind of taking a design point. Isn't really nice. That was the original idea, though. I guess we can do that. I'm too tired to care. I'll be honest. So this whole thing is done per bullet shot. We do some calculations, we do some velocities. Shot is being used to spawn camera shake and the casing. So what I can do is move the shot outside of this. Move this down here. Expelling one casing doesn't feel as fun as expelling like 20. You know, it just looks worse. Even if it's correct. My character also isn't wearing shoes. Like, should I make it so they randomly have a chance to like step on a rock? Looks better to anyone that knows guns. People shouldn't know guns. I'm gonna be real with you. I think guns are like, you shouldn't know how a shotgun works. You're a fucking Swedish programmer. You should know how binary fucking calculations work. You shouldn't know how shotguns work. That's a job for like the farmer who has to deal with like carnivores on his land or whatever. Anyway, velocity multiplier, screen shake addition. This stuff is not being calculated. Your parents are both ex-military officers. Ah! Fair enough then. That explains a lot. You win. You win. Yeah, I don't think it's even as needed. Does the Swedish military use shotguns? I would have thought you'd be using like some sort of cool carbon fiber rifle. What was I doing? Oh, the fucking shotgun. I was making it worse. Now I can shoot 24 times. Wow. Might be a bit much. Clearing mines and stuff. Clearing mines? Oh, you mean like mines on the ground, not like mine shafts. That makes more sense. That makes sense. If one shell doesn't have enough presence, maybe make it bigger and bounce more. That's true. I could make it so the shotgun shell goes like... I'll be honest though, like, with pixel art, if you double the size of that shell, it looks like weird. So you gotta kind of draw the line somewhere. Making it twice as big, it just doesn't look like a shotgun shell anymore. But yeah, it should expel every time you hit the button, or should it... Oh, because every time you hit the button, your character's like pumping it. And I thought the pump action part was to like clear the chamber of shells or something. That's what the little hole on the side was for. Still not decided yet if I like the outlines the way I've done it, because the character has done the original style where everything had a big outline. The shotgun is done the slightly newer style where like the top of the handle is sort of highlighted. The shell ejects when you pump it. I mean, that is what it does. Even an animation for it. Just trying to think about the fact that you're reloading 6 things at once. I have not currently written a thing to... I have not written a thing to handle reloads in any other way, and I can't be asked right now. But I certainly could make it so it's like a flag on the weapon. It's a speed loader. Yeah, there you go. You've got them all on like a strip and you go, or something. I mean, technically you go, or some nonsense. I could have it so there's like a flag to say like reloads 1 at a time or reloads all at once. And if it reloads 1 at a time, then it will continuously reload until you shoot to cancel it or it hits full. And it'll probably speed up the reload animation quite a lot, but... because then that would make it feel like a shotgun, I guess. But this is fine. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't continue with this. I'm quite tired. I have a strong feeling that the knife is like insanely strong right now. Wasn't there something else? Penetrative shots, penetrated. Hang on a minute, I want to test something. In my weapon, if I make it so the revolver can... where's penetrates? If I make the revolver penetrate, like, a lot, I make it do 0 damage. Well, let's make it do, like, 1 damage. And make it move really slow. This doesn't kill enemies, right? Model the idea of the guns having 1 extra bullet left if you reload it before you've emptied them. Oh my god, I've made a fucking slide. I need to have a way to stop the enemies from moving. Maybe it's working okay. I can't tell. Actually, I think it's broken. Because they have 15 health, and I was hitting them with something that does 1 damage. It was clearly doing 3 shots, right? 1 extra bullet left in the chamber if you reload before you've emptied them. I don't get it. Oh, you mean like it's already in the gun? So if you reload, you technically have +1 bullet, because there's 1 already in the chamber, or whatever. Anyway, I think I have a component somewhere called, like, impacted... entities impacted or something. Did I just decide that having penetrative shots hit multiple times was okay? Because that seems a bit strong. I have it on inflamed. so tired. That should be it. What is this logic? If you drop the magazine out of a gun before you've shot it, it leaves one bullet in the chamber you can still shoot, which is why you have to recock the gun after reloading if it got completely empty. Otherwise, you can just put a new mag in and keep shooting. Oh yeah. That makes sense. Oh, there was a new BA update, wasn't there? I should have that running. What did I just click? PowerShell. Great. Let's see. So this should no longer like one-tap stuff. In fact, you can see it doing that because it only shows the flash for like a second. But technically other enemies I think can still walk into that shot. See? So I've now fixed that. I want to see if it works with the knife as well. The knife might just do a shit ton of damage. Hang on a moment. I fixed some really nice bugs today, I'm gonna be honest. So the dagger does 5 damage, and the enemy has 15 health. If I give the enemies 30 health, we should still take 6 shots then, huh? Experiment 1, whichever one that was. One of them should take 6, one of them should take 3. That's this one. Okay, it's working as intended now. Okay, I've actually fixed some pretty nasty little bugs. It says slug, but it's more of a spluck shot. Alright. Mister. Whee! The enemies spawn inside walls. A slug is a buckshot. Oh, I did my first gunpla adjacent thing today. Do you want to see it? It's quite fragile. I'm terrified she's gonna break because it's like, well, she already bent down. It's quite out of what's the word? Out of balance. But I got this cool Teo gunpla thing in Japan like 6 months ago, and I've only now just gotten around to doing it. It's like articulated and stuff. You can move all the limbs and hands, and it's very. It was quite a lot. It's like putting together like a really, really fancy Warhammer thing. Amazing. It's really cool. It's also like quite a cute little figure, but it's like it's really hard to balance, you know? Her ankle keeps breaking, weirdly. We're a couple episodes into season 2 now. It is amazing. It was fun enough to put together. It's gonna fall down, isn't it? As long as it doesn't fall off the shelf. Those gunpla are like, compared to like the Warhammer plastic, which is just static plastic, it has all these like little ball and socket joints and movable parts and stuff. And like the plastic quality is really nice. There's like transparent stuff, there's pre-painted stuff, it's really nice. BA loaded. Alright. Let me think. Anything I want to crack out in 2 minutes? Do something on level up, that's a whole stream. Add effects to weapon that are inflamed, that would be fun. Not now. I'm still not really sure how I feel about like using the tint, because it kind of defeats the purpose of having a palette. I would prefer instead of tint, that I'd have a shader where I would replace the pixels with the nearest pixel in my palette. So if I wanted to shade something blue, it would only pick from the blue shades in the palette, for example. You could rename slug. Where's the slug? I'm leaving it as slug. I don't care. I don't care. I guess, what is a slug? Is a slug just like one big hit? Like a... And then a buckshot, like one of those. Slug means it only shoots a single big slug rather than pellets, which is originally what it did, I guess. Alright, for you, Donut, to feel like you've got your hand in every pie, here you go. I'm going to call it the Donut Viking chap. Nah, just kidding. I'll call it Buckshot, whatever. There you go. You've now earned yourself a place in the credits, mister. Idiot. Let's see. Knife, run with knife. Flamethrower air blast. That'll take a fucking while. Don't let you switch while shooting. I think that's okay. Weapon angle as recoil recovers. Could do that. Yeah. Gun bobbing as you move. That could be fun. Don't know if I'm going to be bothered to do that right now. Yeah, there is a bug right now. I don't think I fixed it still. What is it recompiling? Oh, I just renamed a bunch of stuff. When you use the dagger's right click, it still shows like the dagger for like 1 frame in your hand, and I don't know why. I think there's just like something is off by like a millisecond somewhere. Yeah, you can see it. I don't know if it shows on stream. I think you can see it on stream. There's like a frame where it just sits at the end of the animation, slightly above its normal position. It's just like a timing error. I don't know if I'm asked to fix that. Future video essays spending 5 minutes dissecting why the JSON files say slug when it's not. You think my game will be popular enough to have videos on it, let alone video essays? Oh, I had thoughts last night. You know when you're about to fall asleep and you have your most vivid daydreams? I had a few and I had to write them down. One of them was like, I wanted the spawn area to be like a little safe area, where the enemies like can't see you and you, or whatever. But the moment you leave, or if you shoot, it like breaks the spawn area and then it's no longer safe. That was a thought I had. And I had like a really vivid mental image of the pixel art for it being like a bunch of corrugated metal and like an energy fence or something. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense in the forest, but I had one of those about to fall asleep thoughts. And another thought I had was the right click. Sorry, the alt fire could be like a component that gets attached to the weapon, and certain weapons would have a different pool. So sniper rifle, like 90% of the time, might be like the scoping component, but then like 10% of the time, maybe the sniper rifle has like a dual shot, or the thing I wanted to add to the revolver where it fires all the bullets at once, or a scatter shot, or whatever. I just thought that could be fun. It could give another element to picking up a certain weapon off the floor. Like, the weapon might have slightly worse stats, but if you really like the alt fire on it, then maybe it's worth picking it up. Or if you just want a stat stick, you could go for that as well. It would also mean that like certain weapons could have scopes on them. Like, the idea of a knife with a scope on it's really funny. And maybe one of the right clicks could just be that you can throw the weapon, and then it like, when you throw it and it hits a wall, it like fires. Shotgun with a scope, yeah. Like the shotgun with a scope could send you flying backwards if you scope in with it or something. I don't know. Oh, this Warhammer paint's opened itself. What is it about fucking rat skin flesh? I haven't painted in months, yet the paint is constantly trying to fucking escape. Fucking Citadel, dude. Look at this thing. It's never stayed shut in its life. Doesn't matter how many times I clean this lid out. I swear there's like an expanding fluid in there or something that's creating a gas and popping the lid open. Because some of the paint stays shut forever. I'm looking at this wall next to me. Most of them are fine, but just a couple of them are constantly trying to escape. Anyway, whatever. I should go with Vallejo or something next time. It'll dry itself out, I guess. I'm so tired. Revolver spec. Make the game fade in on start, we'll do that another time. Walking diagonally causes the player to freak it. Okay. I wonder why. It should be something easy, right? Right? Mouse gets caught on the A-star corner? I've not seen that in a while. They also aren't mice anymore. Explosions to damage. Swapping to a weapon animator. Well, I've done that. Move aim type from the person to the... Well, it's kind of done. Homing bullets. Add pickup. Yeah, I've been doing pickups. Should local player be available everywhere as a ref? Some of these cards are a little old. I should clean up my Trello board. It's huge. Good lord. All right. Anyway, I think I'm falling asleep at the wheel. So I've made good progress. Oh, I got a bug immediately. I just wanted to show off and then finish my stream, and clearly it's immediately immediately got a crash. That's really funny. What happened here? I shot something with a shotgun. Oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. I'm shooting something with a non-penetrative shot. This should be in here. Whoops. My bad. I must have just moved it down by accident. You put that bug in there? What the heck, Monas? Alright, I think that was a simple enough thing. Good thing that actually crashed. Oh, here we go, look. Perfect. So I fixed a bunch of bugs. You're picking up the weapons off the floor, actually, is like probably a pretty big deal, actually. Like, it feels like a video game. You kill the guy with the big sniper rifle, you could pick up the sniper rifle and then shoot his friend with it. Oh shit, I thought that was like a mimic. That's actually quite interesting. I could make it so this enemy is, like, hidden until you walk near them. That's an interesting thought. Yeah, look, you can pick up stuff off the floor. Isn't that fun? Come with legs enemy. Very sneaky. It's like a creeper. But yeah, look, you can pick up weapons and it, like, slides away from you. It's not a big thing. It's also upside down if it slides to the left instead of flipping, so I should probably fix that, but I don't care. So that's fine. I fixed some bugs. I don't remember what now. I'm too tired. Good work today, me. Fixed bugs is useless. Added weapon pick up fixed penetration. Oh, fixed bullet bugs. Because we also fixed the like now if you shoot something with a shotgun, it doesn't consume all your shells immediately. That was a pretty big one, to be honest. Those are the main things, I guess. It just takes 3 hours to do this stuff. Updated localization files. You wish this game was localized, dude. I should fix controller support. I don't know when it broke, but it did. I think it might just be a dead zone thing, indeed, but I've just not touched... Is that just a thing? Dead zone. It is just a thing. I could just, like, drop the dead zone to, like, 1 or something. I haven't touched this stuff in a while. I do have a controller here. I'm kind of curious. Obviously you can't move the cursor around. That's something I need to actually write. I think it's just as simple as pointing it, like, away from the player. Okay, that doesn't work. When you want to increase it, apparently. 0.2 is already high. Let's try 0.4. It's pretty off. And it used to be okay, so I don't know what changed. No, it's not the dead zone. I think just moving... Like, moving with the D-pad works just fine. And, like, shooting with a trigger... Like, this works okay, but this stick... You can't go left, you can only go right. And it has, like, drift baked in. So, I don't know what that's all about. I need to fix that sometime. If I just look at it, the left stick just says move left, so... I don't know what it is. What controller is it? This is an 8-bit Do Ultimate. 8-bit Do, whatever. It's a very good controller. I like it a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you guys like the stream. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Keep an eye out. Be better on V3. Well, please release V3 then. Call it lib. I don't have a name for it yet. Lib Fumo. Anyway, good night. Bye bye. Frame unoptimized modular. Oh.